Hello everyone, it is Simtastic for Real here, and I am back with another video. And in today's build video, I am doing another farm in the new pack world, Henford on Badgley, and it is the cottage living pack. And I don't know, I'm just really in love with all of these build items and all of the different decoration items that come with the pack, and also just having cows in the game and chickens in the game. I'm just so in love with it. So I thought that I would build something today in that world, and I built up on that secret world, not secret world, but secret lot. So it's called like someone's name, and then it's like secret cottage, and it's way up on top of the hill, and it's by this huge boulder with a waterfall and everything. And it only has, this particular home only has one bedroom and one bathroom, and then the kitchen, living, and dining room area are all in one room. And so I don't know, I just thought building kind of a small home on this lot, and then having a cow barn as well as a chicken little house, little chicken coop would be kind of nice on this lot. I did forget to put a garden, like a gardening area in, but I can easily do that before I upload it to the gallery, because I think that's kind of a necessity, and I totally forgot to do that, but I will add it before I put it up on the gallery. There is kind of a place to the side of the house that I could build one, like just a little tiny garden area. In this build, in this video, I did decide to leave in all of my landscaping. I think I cut just a few things out of it, but a majority of the landscaping will be left in. And so that's why the video is just a little bit longer today, because I was told like some people just kind of lose inspiration for doing landscaping. And so I just thought, well, I'll just leave it in for today's video because it is like, I don't know, the cottage living stuff is so nice. I use the cheat bb.show live edit objects, or show live edit, I think it's show live edit objects, and bb.show hidden objects. I used both those cheats, and so that way the show live edit objects is for all of the trees and all of the bushes and like things like that. And yeah, so I just use both those cheats because the landscaping can cost you quite a lot of money. And so with using those cheats, it will be free objects that you can just place down because they're in like the debug mode. So it's whatever like trees and bushes and stuff that they have around the world will show up in that inventory, and then they're all free. They're just 0 simoleons. So I thought, hey, I'm just going to do that, and then hopefully the house won't be too expensive. I do want to kind of look before I add it to the gallery, and if it's over the 20,000 simoleons, which I have a feeling it probably is, because I did put a lot of clutter items in the home and a lot of like more expensive furniture and everything. So what I think I might do is, before I add it to the gallery, is I'll take some stuff out and just make it so that it's below 20,000 simoleons. So that way there, if you download it from the gallery, you can just move straight in. I may do that. If I don't, it's just because I really liked the way the house looked. But I'll try to do that before I do that. Or I can even do like a build sometime where I just really try to stick to a budget, but it's just so hard in The Sims because I just really like to over-clutter my homes and over-clutter the, lots and everything, just because I feel like it just makes it more realistic that somebody actually lives here. So yeah, I just kind of added a little porch on the back of the home because I thought, oh, this person that I'm building it, well, not this person, but the sim that I'm building it for, probably would just like to sit on their back porch and look at their animals, because they've got the cows right there and the chickens right there on the side of the house. And I don't know, just kind of, enjoy the peace and quiet of having no neighbors whatsoever, and they're up here by themselves. So yeah, I just thought that this home I was building for had in mind that it would be this grandmother sim, and she's retired, and she's just living up here on top of the hill, and she's got her chickens and she's got her cows, and she probably does a lot of canning, which I have yet to play with. I really, really want to do that. And I kind of have a I kind of have a storyline in mind for the Chens, and I was thinking that one of the siblings would probably be a farm owner, and I kind of want to do a season 3 with that once they get out of high school, once they get out of college, and just kind of go with their lives as adults. I think that might be fun. Or I may just do, once the Chens is over, I may just start over fresh, and we'll just do 2 seasons of the Chens, and I may just like start up a new Let's Play that's just based on cottage living. And like I said before, I know I'm late to the party. Cottage living has been out for months now, but I don't know. I just purchased it because it was on sale not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and I'm still like kind of learning the pack and having fun with it, because the packs, like I've said before, are pretty expensive if you don't buy them on sale. And so yeah, so that's what I kind of do. I kind of wait for the sales to get the different packs, unless it's like a pack I don't know. Well, I don't know if I've really done that in a really long time, where it's a pack that I've really wanted to get. I think when the game first came out, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I want this, I want that. And then I started kind of being more practical with it and being like, okay, do you really need this, or do you just want it because it's new and it's exciting? So now I'm at that stage where I'm just like, I'm just going to wait until it goes on sale. So yeah, this is all of the like debug items, except for those little bushes that are around the front. But the ones that are around the tree, those are debug. And the tree is debug. All the trees on this lot are in the debug mode, and that's how I saved most of the money, because the trees are pretty expensive if you get them in the regular area for all of the landscaping. I also put in a lot of clutter items outside. I was going to put in this fence, but then I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me and kind of looks the exact same as the one that is currently on the porches. So I just used the one that's on the porch, because this one's a grayish one. And I'm like, might as well just use the one that's on the porch. So I went ahead and did that. Yeah, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to get rid of these because they look exactly the same as these ones, except I'll just match them to be with the with the rest of the house, like the 2 porches. So yeah, and then we have that cow area and the little chicken area, and they're just gonna share a space because I just thought it was so cute. And when I first went into this house, that's how it originally was. The chickens and the cows, or the chickens and the llamas, whichever one that they had, shared the space. And so I was like, I just want to keep that. And then I just stumbled across this stone. Like, I don't know if this is new or if it's always been in the game. It looks new to me because I haven't really seen it before. I don't think it came like super recently, but I've never really seen it before. So I was like, well, this kind of goes with this house. So I changed the terrain paint in the front of the house to be this stone, because I was like, I really like it, and it kind of goes with the color of the house. So I'm going to use that instead of the sandish, like grayish sand. And yeah, I'm just kind of putting some bushes around the terrain paint, because that's usually what I do, just to make it look kind of nice and fuller. And yeah, and then like I said, a lot of these items that I'm adding is the debug mode, because, you know. And then I just put in the filter for just this pack, just the cottage living pack, so I could get all of the debug items that are from that pack. So that way they're the clutter items, like the landscaping clutter type items, all kind of match the pack and the aesthetic that I'm going with the house. So yeah, I just thought that was fun. And then I put in these little pumpkins that came with seasons, and I just thought I think it's supposed to be kind of just like a decorative item inside the house, or even outside. I think you can do it. But I just thought, because we got pumpkins that you can grow in the game, it might be kind of fun to kind of make it look like maybe she decorated around her house with the different pumpkins that she pulls from her garden, which I have to add because she doesn't have that. And yeah, I think that the sim that I was thinking of for this house is, like I said, a grandmother. And you might be asking, oh my gosh, she's up at this like scary, you know, with all these boulders, and, you know, she's up on top of this huge mountain. But I think my storyline was that probably her daughter or son or something would be like, Mom, you need to move. You need to move down here with us. We have a room for you. We have space for you. Come down. And I think she would just be like, no, I'm retired. I'm up here. This is my home. I want to be up here. And she's been up here probably most of her life. Maybe her and her husband bought this home together. And then he sadly passed away. And she is just going to stay up here. So, yeah, that's the story I was thinking of for this home. Because I really want to play with the canning interaction. So I really want to play with like the preserves and, you know, making strawberry jam and like things like that. I just really want to play with that. So I thought, you know, that would be, because my Graham, she used to make strawberry jam every summer with the strawberries that she would get. And I don't know, it was like such a great jam. I loved it so much. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a house and do some like strawberry jam just like my grandma used to do with the Sims. So yeah. And I know that those are seats, those little hair barrels, but I add them as just decoration items because I just think it kind of adds to the little area for your cows and chickens and stuff. Because I figured, you know, I don't know, it kind of looks like they would be going and, you know, just eating it or something. The cows just munching on it as a snack, but they can't eat it obviously because they're seats in the game. But I thought it would be kind of fun. And I haven't player tested it yet, but I'm wondering if maybe the kids could just like sit on either side of the hay barrels. I would be interested to see if that's even a thing. Because I think that would be kind of cute if they could just sit there. But I have a feeling they'll be sitting in the middle and then they'd be like they probably couldn't even get on the seat. But they could get on the ones that are over by the scarecrow. So they could sit there while their Graham is like milking the cows, or they could even be milking the cows and she could just be sitting there. And yeah, and then they could be playing with the chickens or something and she could sit there and watch them or something. I don't know. I really, really want to play with this house, if you can tell. Because I have that person in mind, that Sim in mind, and I really want to play with it and see if it's even playable, all of the things, all of the items. Hopefully it is. I did add a Sim in here just so that I could get a picture of the cows and the chickens, but I just didn't even play with anything and see if they could sit on anything or anything. But hopefully that's a thing. And then I'm adding some terrain paint, just kind of like sand or dirt, so it kind of looks like, you know, they've been walking around and, you know, walking over the grass, and the animals have been probably eating the grass, and so there's like little patches of dirt that are showing through, because I just feel like that's more realistic than having luscious green grass when you have like cows and chickens and stuff. I feel like they run down the grass a little bit, especially in their area. So yeah, and then I love these countertops that came with the game. I really, really love them so much. They're just so cute. And so I just added those in here, and I think I think I end up changing it to a different green, or it's like a bluish green. I change it to. And then I love the refrigerator that came with the pack and the stove that came with the pack. So nice. The fireplace that also came with the pack that I put in here, I really love that with the brick and everything. It just looks so country. I love it. And then I was just adding some nifty knitting items in here because I figured it kind of goes well with what I was thinking for this pack. And then the Cottage Living Old typewriter style, because I feel like she wouldn't probably use a computer. She'd probably be using something kind of like that if she used anything at all, or if her grandkids came over and they're like, Graham, I want to play this game. And she's got this like old computer from like, I don't know, way back in the day. And she'd just be like, okay, kids, this is what I've got. Try to use it if you need to. And yeah, and then I really love the table, and I love that pattern that's on top of the table, but I already used it in the other home that I built with using this pack. So I was like, okay, gotta use something different. So I ended up using just the white tablecloth, or no, I think I changed it to a pink, like a light pink, because it kind of matches the light blue chairs that I ended up going with. Well, not the light blue, but the light blue little seats that are on them. And then, yeah, So I'm just changing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really love that pattern, but I've already used it. So I changed it to this light pink. And then I just kind of pushed it into the corner using the Alt key. So that way there you can kind of move things so it's not on the grid. And then, yeah, I'm hoping that everyone can sit around this table with the little chicken that's in the center of the table. If they can't, I'll just remove it. It's fine. But I just thought it was so cute. And then also the little pot. I think that's such a cute item. So yeah, I guess I don't change the counters. I thought I did. I thought it was kind of like a bluish green, but I guess they're just green. Or maybe if I add some lights in here, it will be bluish green. I don't know. But yeah, so just adding in some, I was really trying not to use custom content because I got some new custom content that I think they used this pack and recolored some things and added some things. And I just did it. I was like, I can't. Maybe I'll just use it in a house that I'm just using by myself, but I don't want to do that if I'm going to do a video on it. So yeah. And then I'm just adding the stones that are outside, just kind of in here in the kitchen because I think that would be so cute to have those exposed stones in the kitchen area instead of like a backsplash. They can have the stones in the kitchen. And it is a really small kitchen, but I don't know. I really like the smaller homes because one, easier to decorate, so easy. And then two, I think they look really cute and pretty realistic for, you know, if you're kind of doing a smaller farm home, they're kind of realistic because they're not going to have a whole lot of things in their house. It's going to be more like I'm living off the land, you know, the land is going to be more than the house. So, yeah, just kind of thought that would be interesting to do. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to add this chair that matches it because I did have a different chair, but I kind of went with the same chair that matches the nifty knitting pack items because I do love those chairs and couches, and I feel like this grandma that lives here would probably have made all of the pillows on them because they look like they were knitted. And I was going with a little bit more pastel colored items in this home because I don't know, I just really liked it. It looks like a Easter egg type home. It's just got all of these light pastel spring colors and it just looks really nice. And then I'm just adding the needlepoint basket as well as the knitting basket. I know that the Sims have to have those in their inventory in order to use them, but I just like to add them as little decorative items because I always put them in the Sims inventory, but I just kind of like them just sitting there by the couch because if that's where she's going to knit, it just kind of looks more realistic that she would have her items out on the floor next to her chair. And then I don't really know what you're supposed to put on the ledge of that fireplace because it just seems like nothing went up there, so I really don't know if it's even supposed to have any items on it. But nothing was fitting up there, so I just gave up. And then I just wanted to add like a little table over here by the back door, but I think I end up moving it next to the bathroom door. I just thought maybe it might be fun to have a little table by the door so that way there if she went outside to do anything and she comes in, she could just set her things down. If she did gardening out there or something, she probably put her gardening tools on it or something. But I ended up putting those little jars there instead so that she could keep something there. And then in the bedroom, I really love the new bed that came with the pack. I know, like, it's a new pack, so everything to me is so exciting. And then I couldn't really find anything that matched or fit. And I think I just end up going, I end up going with a different table. I end up going with this one from the university pack because it does look really nice next to the bed, and it is a steel or like a metal frame bed, so I just thought that those were kind of fitting, especially for a grandmother to have. I would think that they would have kind of old, like heavy items in their house, things that look really bulky. And then I went with this little dresser that came with the Parenthood pack, I believe. And then I thought that they would probably have like a little bench or something at the end of the table, or at the end of their bed, that they could like keep blankets or pillows or something in. And then always adding a carpet underneath the bed is always good, just because it looks really nice. It kind of finishes the room a little bit. And then I added the little magazine rack, the little clutter item, and some other things I think I add on top of the dresser. Oh my gosh, I add the little barrel that came with the Cottage Living pack, which I think is so cute. And then pictures too. Alright, you guys, so I think we'll be heading into the screenshots very shortly. I hope you all enjoyed the build video today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you all in the next video.